What's up, y'all? Man, this is a beautiful Friday. Look, I want to pop on here with some inspiration for everybody. All right. Listen, sometimes, man, you just need those affirmations from people to truly remind you not to back down from what it is that you represent and you stand for. And I'm realizing that there's some people who are truly either scared or brainwashed. And I'm talking about fans when I say this, right? There's some people who are truly scared to stand up for what up, cuz? I see you. What up, my boy? What up, G? Or broken. That's a third one. We'll add that in there. I agree with that, Mr. Consistent. Scared, brainwashed, or broken. But some people that are scared understand that they have the mentality they have towards the music industry because they're scared to go against the machine. They're scared to potentially not be in the good graces of certain people who they look up to or who they deem as being cool or successful. That's the scared population. When I see some of these comments and I see some of these responses and mindsets of people, it's because they are scared. Definitely there's people in the music industry who work in the music industry who are scared to even speak out against what they know is wrong. They're scared because their paychecks, their professional identity is built on having to go along with what they know isn't right? That's the scared part. The brainwash part is more or less for the fans who will literally go harder. Do you realize that there's people who will go harder advocating for and defending negativity than they have ever gone when trying to defend anything positive? Literally, you got people that sit here and they come up with everything in the book. What up, Jay? They'll come up with everything in the book to say, oh, well, here's how you do this, Dee-1, or you shouldn't have done this, or you shouldn't have said these names, or you shouldn't have done this when sparking this conversation. And there's people who will go so hard to try to defend negativity that they don't realize you've gone 100 times harder to defend negativity than you have ever gone to try to push or advocate for anything positive or righteous. And that's their role. Completely brainwashed, and they don't even know it. You ain't even know it. You feel me? But then, and it's not about me going after anybody, because I'm not going after anybody, because I come in love, honestly. But with that being said, y'all don't understand. Y'all are saying I need to get J. Cole or John Lucas before doing that. Do y'all realize that I have God? I want y'all to realize that. And I'm seeing a lot of people's core values of how they think being brought out. Because people are really expressing themselves right now. This is a time in hip hop history where people are expressing themselves from the core and from the gut. And a lot of them are fans. A lot of them are people who are in the industry, right? And y'all don't realize that there are so many people who think that God is not enough. There are so many people who will be like, D, I rock with you until you start talking spiritual. If you say anything about Jesus, then I don't realize that that's who you ultimately working for, and that's who you fighting for and on behalf of. And that's what people don't really want to get with. They want to get with like this worldly way of thinking of like, you need this, you need that. No, I don't need anyone, y'all. I don't need anyone. It's a blessing that I have millions of people. It's a blessing that I have millions of people who are spreading this message and who are waking up in real time. You feel me? It's a true blessing. I can't wait till next week. Next week, I'm going to drop a new album. Next week. Might drop that mug on Thanksgiving. You heard me? Might drop that mug on Thanksgiving. But Thanksgiving is a specific day. But this is not about trying to convince people of how they need to go about doing something. It's funny how y'all will get offended on behalf of an industry that is not even concerned with you. Literally, I hate to make you feel small. I hate to be that honest with you. But this is for anybody. This is for anybody that's sitting here trying to defend what y'all know deep down ain't right. Y'all will get offended on behalf of people who don't care about you, on behalf of an industry that don't care about none of us. All the industry care about is what's inside of here. That's all the industry cares about. That's it. That's it. I just listen to people, I hear people, I see people, and I'm just like, I know some people that's trying to defend stuff is, like y'all said, some people are broken. And people that are broken should not be a distraction to people that are mission driven. So people that are broken, but that are just very loud in their brokenness, very loud in their brokenness, that should never become a distraction to the people who are truly mission driven and focused and sober minded and level headed and leading with love. That's just not going to happen, man. They strung out. Dizzy, what up, Dizzy? Shout out to Philly in the house. You heard me? Shout out to Philly, yo. The whole city of Philly is love. He says, just like the drug game, these rappers are like their dealers who feed them poison, and these fans are strung out. So they will come at you if you come at their supplier. That's what it is. And people scared to change. Y'all talking, y'all speaking real now. Y'all speaking real now. Now it's just about continuing to move forward. Continuing to move forward with this same type of spirit and this same type of energy. That's a spirit of fearlessness. That's a spirit of love. That's a spirit of doing God's work. And that's a spirit of understanding that you will not get tricked out of doing it because of either people who are fearful or people who are broken or just people who are loud. That's it. That's it. And just like what Cool Girl just said, everything is going to be okay. It's knowing that as well. Everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. You got people who, see, here's the thing. When you know the spirit that you're moving with, you got the people who will literally try to distract you and throw you off from what you're doing. And literally try to, they say, I don't mind addressing all that stuff. Because I'm just like, hey, y'all got the right one today. Y'all got the right one today. Y'all want to try to discredit the message or the spirit that I'm moving with. Shout out to Monique, amazing actress. Shout out to Mama. I call her Mama Monique. She just filled my DM up with so much love and so much encouragement to keep going. And I was like, look, I never asked people this, but would you mind if I posted this publicly? Because she just gave me goosebumps with her encouraging message. You heard me? And it's just, how do I feel about Snoop Dogg stopping smoking? I feel like that is amazing. I feel like that is amazing. And what's even more amazing is it shows that somebody like Snoop, he's an elder statesman in the game, and he has a brand that's known for smoking. He has a brand that's known for smoking. But he has his relationship with God and with his family, and in trying to constantly self-improve. Guess what? He's not afraid to come out and say, man, I'm going to go against everything that I built my brand on, to come out and say, hey, no more smoke for me. And now I pray that brother can stay on that path. I pray that brother can stay on that path. And y'all saw Meek Mill came out shortly after. Meek Mill came out shortly after and said that he's going to stop smoking as well. And he was inspired by who? By Snoop. That is amazing. That is showing the power of hip-hop. What up, Dr. Boyce? That is showing the power of hip-hop. Literally, it's showing the power of hip-hop. Meek Mill is a grown man. Meek Mill is a multi-millionaire, but was able to be influenced by an Instagram post from another rapper that he clearly looks up to and admires, Snoop. Who on this live is going to try to tell me that kids, that our youth cannot be influenced by hip-hop? It's just straight ignorance when people try to say that, or it's just denial. And some people want to be so public and so vocal about, nah, rap ain't this, rap don't influence this, rap can't influence that. Nobody's saying parents don't need to do their job. But stop acting like rap cannot influence kids and adults. Stop. Y'all sound foolish. Y'all sound foolish, yo. But you also got to be the change that you want to see. I'm proud to say that for the last 15 years, I have been the change that I've wanted to see in hip hop. I just put out my 10th album, Uno. I'm about to put out my 11th album. Next week, I'm going to go ahead on and drop my album next week. I could drop it today, but I'm going to go ahead on and drop it next week. It's like people want to deflect and distract. They want to deflect and distract from what's being talked about. And I don't know. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if Dr. Boyce on here. If he is, I'm going to call him in. Dr. Boyce, you here? They say I'm so happy for you, fam. Thank you. That freestyle on Sway was crazy. Thank you. I got a new music video that's dropping this Sunday, as a matter of fact, for My Joy Is My Weapon. Y'all, I'm just here to encourage y'all not to be tricked out of doing what you know is right in your heart. That's what I'm here to encourage y'all to do, all right? And whether that comes in the form of people trying to make you feel guilty, or people saying you clout chasing, like all that stuff, or people trying to threaten you, don't be tricked out of doing what you know is right when you are leading with love and logic. Shout out to Young Apollo, say, I just started listening to Dee-1 and Uno is fire. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, and thank you. Truly means a lot. Truly means a lot. Truly means a lot. So somebody just asked a question. They said, should Christian artists collab with secular artists who promote death? Pastor Charles. Well, you a pastor, my brothers. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know people by their screen names. Maybe I know you, maybe I don't. But here's my philosophy. I have always, whether it's doing music with someone or whether it's interacting with someone, I have always had an open door policy. You heard me? What up, Nick? My dog, Nick Nack Paddywag in the building. Love and respect to you, soldier. I have always had an open door policy when it comes to collaborating with other artists. Any type of artist. Open door policy. You know why? Because even if they are glorifying a different type of message in their music, we're not about to get on a track together and be glorifying that. They're not about to come on my track and glorify that. And what that does is it extends an olive branch. It extends an olive branch to say, look, I don't feel like I'm above being able to interact with you or talk with you. Look at my brother, Project Pat. I can't wait. Project Pat, I got something I'm about to send to you. I got something I'm about to send to you. Don't even trip. You heard me? My brother, Project Pat in the building. Yeah, it's done already, bro. It's done already. So I have always had an open door policy to say I will work with anybody. I will interact with anybody. But what I'm not going to do is clout chase. What I'm not going to do is say I'm going to compromise what I stand for just to get on a song with you. You hear me? I'm never going to say that, or I'm going to water down what I stand for just so I can stand next to this person and say I'm cool with them. So whether it's on the street, you heard me? What they say? Did you ever address Ross's response to your Sway interview? Yeah, I did. It's on my page. It's on my Instagram page. You know, I definitely responded with, of course, I definitely responded with love and with logic. You know what I'm saying? But also standing firm in what I represent. You hear me? Yeah, some people may try to use your collab with The Game as a rebuttal. Well, if they're going to use that as a rebuttal, go listen to the content of that song. Go listen to my song while you're at it. Go listen to my song with Lupe Fiasco, my brother Lupe Fiasco, my man Big Crit. Go listen to all of this. You know what I'm saying? Go listen to my songs with other artists who, yeah, like people don't want that real. They just say that they do. Like, they don't understand. It's a difference. They said Jamaicans support you, D. Much love, much respect. Yeah. But that's the issue. If y'all didn't like that, oh yeah, go listen to all of them. Please do. Lisa. Yeah. They call it clout chasing. Oh yeah, go listen to my songs with Starlito. You heard me? Go listen to my music, like, to where I'm on these songs with these brothers. What up, 39 cents? What's happening, brother? CBN, where y'all at? Y'all in Virginia? They say the song with The Game is crazy. You just got the Find and Balance album and it's fire. Thank you. They call it clout chasing if you say, hey, I have been providing an alternative to this type of music. I'm not just going to be a person that's being critical of this type of music, but that's the difference. I'm not just an outsider to the culture. I've been providing an alternative for all 10 of my albums. You heard me? So, yeah, man, people don't want to talk about that. Yeah, Dizzy, they don't want to talk about how The Game said he didn't curse on my album and on my song out of respect for me. and me being able to influence him in that type of way, and me being able to plant that type of seed with him. You feel me? So it's just interesting. It's just yo. It's just interesting to see. Like people be people want to call it clout when you just like, no, I'm just providing an alternative. You feel me? Some people are late here, but that's not my fault that they're late. Yeah, I got you. Make sure y'all reach out to the email address, Miss News Lady. Make sure y'all reach out to the email address. Please don't reach out to my DM. Please don't reach out to my DM trying to do no business. Oh, they ain't heard my song with Killer Mike. That's right, Blogmatic. Since they want to talk about non-Christian artists, yeah, and certain people, you collabed with this person. Yeah, they don't know about that. They don't know about, oh, he collabed with Killer Mike. Oh, they don't know about that. They don't understand that. They don't know. They said Joe Budden's podcast calling me a podcaster is wild. It shows how much research was done. It's honestly, it's a god doggone shame. Look at my dude in here. What up, B? What up, B McFly? It's a god doggone shame. That's horrible journalism by the Joe Budden podcast. Horrible journalism. Yes, sir. Oh, no, it's all good, Pastor Charles. It's all good. So, you know, that's the thing. I'm a podcaster. Have I had a podcast? For sure. But am I a podcaster? If somebody, nah, man, they crazy. But shout out to all the people on Joe Budden's podcast, because everybody on his podcast agreed with what I'm doing. Everybody on his podcast. Everybody. They was like, Joe, we wouldn't even be talking about this if this hadn't been brought up in the way it was brought up. And he did it out of love. And Joe Budden just like, nah. But you know how that go. You know how that go. Somebody always got to be the anti-person in the room. You can't agree on everything. If everybody agree on everything, it seemed like, oh, man. Nah, and people got friendships they're trying to preserve, you know? I got a relationship with God that I'm trying to preserve, you feel me? So you got people that just want to come and just, they say I'm shaking rappers up. Guess what? I'm here to shake fans up too, though. I'm here to shake fans up too. Because if fans don't have the same mindset towards wanting change, then nothing ain't going to change. And the haters, the people like this who say I'm sick of you. You say you sick of me. You say you sick of me. Yo, yeah. Thank you, yo. Thank you so much. Oh, man. Thank you so much. We need a little bit of that energy. We need that energy. If everybody likes me, then something ain't right. I was sent to shine bright in the middle of the night. You hear me? Yeah, you got to blame the consumers as well. Of course. Listen, don't let the word white supremacy be a trigger word for some of y'all. If something is so anti-black, my brother, what up, Tony Baker? What's happening, brother? Yeah. Like, we want to have this conversation. And just to tell y'all the truth, you know, it's some, y'all keep praying on it. It's a very strong possibility that these conversations are about to be happening in public. You know, the conversations that y'all all want to see. Dee-1, are you and this person going to talk? You and this person going to talk? Well, just keep praying on it. I'm very hopeful. But yeah, my man Tony Baker in here. Just another example of, look, here we go. Get off. See, y'all wanting to make this about just specifically about certain artists. This is not just specifically about certain artists. I want y'all to know that and understand that, all right? But Tony Baker is another example of somebody who, in entertainment, doesn't have to say, I'm going to have to make it at the expense of my morals, at the expense of having to make my community look horrible and continue to perpetuate negative messages to my community on a massive scale. That's another example of that. So shout out to Tony Baker. You hear me? But y'all got a real question? What y'all say? How do we push a stronger narrative about encouraging the consumers to change their mindset? Well, you got to just, you know, first of all, you got to have dope alternatives. You can't say don't eat McDonald's and then not have something that's doper than McDonald's. All right? So that's number one. Number two, what up, Perp? Salute. Number two, you got to make sure that you realize that you're not going to reach everybody. Some people are so intoxicated off the ignorance. They are like fiends. Like they've been consuming this for 30 years. If they've been consuming something for 30 years straight, You got to ask yourself, who am I to think that I'm going to come along and change all of them? So it's not that. It's not about that. But it's also about knowing that there's a lot of consumers who are on the fence. There's a lot of consumers who are like, man, I don't even think too hard about it. I just take what gets pushed to me. That's it. I just take what gets pushed to me. Then you got people like this who want to come on here and they want to name other artists, right? They want to name other artists and say, why you ain't call this person out? Why you ain't call this person out? Why you ain't call this person out? If you have the ability to name other artists that you feel like need to be called out, the real question is, why are you not calling people out? And then you got so many people that want to get caught up on the process and take away from the principle. The principle is the subject matter that I'm calling out. The principle is the consumption habits that's being called out. But you got some people that only want to focus on, well, I heard this name, or I heard this name, or I heard that name. I have no issue, no personal problem with any of them people. There you go, Dr. Boyce. Hold on, let me call my man Dr. Boyce in here. Get y'all coffee.
What's up, big dog?
Man, just living the life, man. If you ain't standing for nothing, you falling for anything. It feel good to wake up every day and be very purpose driven, but also very level headed, and another day where I'm like, hey, we got work to do. That's it, my brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm gonna tell you, man, I love the fact that you started this fire. Man, I'm super proud of you, man, and just honored to know you, brother. This is something I think the world's been waiting on for a long time. And you're the right guy to lead it, man. I'm happy people are listening. I don't know if you saw this or not, but you saw where Snoop was talking about how he wasn't gonna smoke no more, right? And that led to another conversation about weed and what that's doing to brothers. And so Meek Mill followed up and said that he's doing the same thing. And it's just great, man, because it's like conversations we need to have.
Yes.
And I'm glad you lead it.
Yes, absolutely, my brother. It's amazing to see that, to see Snoop go against everything that he built his brand on. His brand is built on, you think Snoop, you think weed. And to see that brother have the fortitude to say, you know what, I'm going to go and publicly, not privately, but publicly put this out there that I'm giving this up, regardless of if people feel like I'm selling out or if they're not going to support me anymore. That is true leadership, and that is an OG move. That's big. Then there's another component to this, Dr. Boyce, which is when you see a grown man, multi-millionaire named Meek Mill, who says, on the strength of Snoop's leadership, I am going to follow suit, and less than a day later say that I'm also going to stop smoking. That proves the power that effective leadership in hip-hop truly has.
And the thing is that you've always understood, and the reason you're one of my favorite leaders on this planet, and I've always said you're one of the greatest rappers around, not just because you're a great rapper, but because you understand the power of the music, is you've always understood that leadership is service. And I call that Jesus power. You and I talked about that, where you ain't got to be cocky and arrogant, but your presence is felt because you know who you are, why you're there, and what the goal is. You understand the assignment. And so man, the fact that you've woken up millions of people with what you're doing, man, and now you see others. I think that what you did is connected to all of this, man. Because everybody was watching this, right? And the fact that you're just sort of showing that leadership and then is encouraging other people to stand in their own power. This is what the community needs, man. We need to be having our own conversations, man. This is fun. This is great to watch.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a great time to be in hip hop. It's a great, because if we just in it and it's just the same old stale stuff that's been pushed towards us, and we know how it is, the industry doesn't care about us. If the artists are so desperate for fame and money that they're gonna do whatever the industry wants them to do to stay paid, and if the consumers aren't thinking actively, and if they're just taking what's being pushed on them, it's just the same old destructive cycle. But now to feel like, we breaking up their cycle right now, and we're offering something better, which is free thought. We're offering something better, which is top tier creativity as alternatives to this. That right there, man, that makes me excited to continue to be in this game, man. So thank you.
Man, I mean, it's funny. you are a teacher who is a great rapper, and I'm a teacher who wishes I was a rapper, right? Because we kind of have the same job, but we have the mission. We're both like on that mission vision, and we express it in our own way. But I really think that what you saw in terms of understanding how the music influences those kids, and the fact that you sort of took that bull by the horns and said, let's harness this
Mm-hmm.
and really use this as what hip hop was intended for, right? We know what it was intended for. It was a voice for the streets, a voice for the people, a voice to elevate the community. It wasn't this corporate hip hop, right? And I think that when you were having the issue with Rick Ross and Jim Jones and everything else, I really wanted to make sure they understood that this ain't about just a standard sort of beef situation. This is really, I think, there's a big brother. There's an industry that pits you guys against each other. Because I think that when y'all in a room sitting there talking, I've seen how you get along. You get along with everybody. Yeah. They're probably mad because they can't help but not to like you. You know what I mean? But it's like what happens is that hidden hand that controls the whole system with money, right? Money's the key to all this. They want to pit guys against each other who would be natural allies, right? And so this makes me think about that song you had when you had that song "I Hate Money."
Yes.
And I think everybody should go listen to that, because I know you don't hate money because you respect money and you have money and you know how to make money. But I think that what you were saying in that song, maybe you can correct me on this, is that you see the power of what money can do, how money can turn your friends into enemies, make relatives stop speaking to each other, make people do crazy things to harm even the people that they love. And so you take the money out of it, man. We get to go back to being who we're supposed to be, man. So this is a powerful moment for all of us, but not even just for Black people. Like, it's bigger than that. It's for the whole world, man. So I love it, man. I'm excited.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much, man. I'm excited too, and that's why I'm gonna keep it going. And I got to make sure that I don't get distracted from this mission by the people who will try to negate what I'm doing and just call it a clout chase, or who will say, well, what you're doing is trying to push your beliefs upon individuals who got the freedom to talk about whatever they want, or you don't know these people, so why would you say anything? And it's not even about the people, it's about the principle, but the principle is being carried out by people. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's all this is, and it's just about making sure to navigate that. I'm looking forward to behind the scenes. We're navigating some public conversations that's about to be occurring between me and some of the people that have been a part of this dialogue that I've sparked. I'm looking forward to that because I'm down to talk to anybody. I have no ill will towards any of these brothers, either that got named or that didn't get named, and I'm all for it. I'm definitely all for it. But that's the part that people don't want to see. They don't want to see a constructive resolution that's unifying. At the end of the day, they want to. Some people secretly want to see what would be more entertaining, which is, oh, they start with each other. Oh, that led to something bad happening to somebody. People want to see that, and no, like, this is being led with a spirit of love. Y'all not finna get that. That's not how we coming. You know what I'm saying? But I do want it to be public, and I think it deserves to be public so that we can model this behavior. We're leaders, so we need to model this behavior for the people looking on to be like, that's how two people who may be on different sides of the fence come together, and next thing they have actually unified, and you actually see real change occurring.
Man, and I agree. What I would say, man, and I'll say this publicly. I know you and I talk as friends and stuff, but I'll say it to anybody. You and Jim Jones and Rick Ross and Meek Mill, y'all are on the same side. Okay. You're all Black men who have seen what's going on in this world. You've had loved ones get killed. Mm-hmm. You have friends that have gotten 50 years in prison. You know what I've seen the effects of the broken families. Mm-hmm. You know, that's why Rick is out having to give away turkeys, and Jim Jones is doing what he's doing, because the community is hurting. It's in despair, right? So y'all are allies. You are teammates, right? Really, first off, I wouldn't spend an exorbitant amount of time dealing with people who are dealing with, as you call, cognitive dissonance on this, right? Would just say, well, I don't like this because this is not the status quo. This is not the way things are done. But I think at the same time, there's always that debate within entertainment about free expression versus, when is it too much, right? Like when do you allow an artist to have free expression to say whatever they want, versus having any sort of anything that appears to be a type of censorship or something like that, right? And here's the thing. Freedom of speech doesn't really exist in corporate hip hop, because while an artist might say, well, I'm exercising my free speech, that's why I'm talking about killing and dealing and thugging and womanizing and all these other crazy things. No, you don't really, you're not doing that out of free speech. You're doing that that's corporate speech. That's the people with the money that are telling you this is the type of album that'll sell. This is what you got to do to fill up your concert venues. This is what you got to do to make money. And if you don't do that, then we're going to cut you from the label. So they don't have the same, black artists a lot of times don't have the same freedom of expression that say Eminem has, right? Eminem can get crazy with his music, but Eminem, this is honestly a little bit of a white privilege thing, but he can have a range of emotional expression in his music that doesn't put him in some sort of a box, right? Or Taylor Swift has a range of expression that she's allowed that maybe Cardi B or Sukihana is not, right? So effectively, I think to me, freedom of expression, what that looks like is what you said. You and important people in the industry, including some of these executives, right? Just talking about it and saying, okay, well, how do we put guardrails on this and acknowledge that hip hop is the most influential form of expression on this planet? There's hardly anything that will influence a person to do anything more than the music that they're hearing. I mean, all the science supports that, right? And the thing is that people already know this. That's why so many people support you, right? I don't think you have to convince anybody of anything. I think allowing those conversations and letting people just express it, like hear from Jim Jones, hear from Rick and his point of view. And then at some point you come to a conclusion that says, okay, we all care about our families. We all care about these kids. We don't want to see more violence. We don't want to see more people going to prison. So how are we going to express ourselves as artists and still understand our power and the responsibility that comes with that, right? So that responsibility, accountability piece, I think you fight for that to the death, man. And I'm going to be right there with you, bro. You know that 100%. I've always been there with you. I'm always be there with you.
Thank you, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Boyce Watkins. Thank you, brother. I love you.
All right. I love you too, man. Have a good day, brother. Good seeing you. All right. Peace out.
Yeah, wow. Y'all want to know something that something I've been praying about. All right. What I've been praying about is the whole, it's like, where do you draw the line to say what team people are on? You know what I mean? Like, where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line? Because every human, now I'm quoting my grandpa, everybody, I could hear his voice right now, Doc, everybody has a dark side. So no matter who you are, everybody has a dark side, right? Everybody also has God in them because God created all of us. But when we are making decisions as to which side we want to put out there at the forefront of representing who we are, right? We have to ask ourselves, like, we are technically all brothers and sisters, but at what point is it, and this is, I'm not telling y'all this to say I have the answer for this, but at a certain point, right? When is that line drawn to where it's like, hey, God can use anybody. God can use anybody. Listen to me as I think out loud right now. And send this live to y'all friends if these are conversations that you deem to be valuable. There you go. What up, sis? You have to pick up your cross daily and repent. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's like, at what point is it like, well, we on the same team, just this person isn't shining their light right now. They're not allowing, God to work through them. My man Jermaine said, you draw the line in the word, brother. Light and dark are two different sides. He can use anyone, but he didn't choose everyone. You feel that? Eileen said, check their fruit. What are they delivering to the masses? He can use anyone, but he didn't choose, everyone. What up, Ali Sadiq? What's up, brother? Love. Let me see. He can use anyone, but he didn't choose everyone. Because there's the people who, I'm thinking out loud, there's the people who say, hey, anybody can be used. And we've seen that in the word of God, that he used anybody. He used murderers. He used adulterers. He used anyone to ultimately still be able to be valuable to his kingdom, right? It's like, okay, that's cool. But now this isn't a question. This is a revelation I'm having, like my man Drew be saying, this is like a divine download. That doesn't mean that en route to God being able to use them, that that there should be no accountability for them. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean that en route to, that's the goal, is for God to be able to use everybody. Take somebody who was going all the way this direction, and God, oh God, you turned them all the way the opposite way. Now, God, you using them as a powerful soldier in your kingdom. But that doesn't mean that en route to that there should be no accountability. And what I'm talking about is, all I'm talking about is accountability. And this ain't even accountability for what people have going on personally, because people have trauma that they personally gone through. People have personal demons that they battling. And guess what? Dee-1 does as well. You feel me? Like, I do as well. So with that being said, look, my brother said, all of my troubled content is to teach people not to be in trouble. See? And when you see people to where it's like, okay, one thing I'm not is dumb. So when I'm hearing hip hop just on a daily basis, and specifically hip hop from the older generation, to where it's like, this isn't being done in a teaching type of manner. This is being done in a glorification type of manner. As far as what we might deem the troubled content, it's basically saying that's why it's like love has to be at the core, at the foundation of the accountability. You know what I mean? But the accountability still has to be there. And what has happened is we've gotten to a dangerous place in hip hop culture to where there is zero accountability, yo. And anything that sounds like accountability when it comes to lyrical content, it gets cast off as an attack against those people's character. It gets cast off as clout chasing. It gets cast off as hating, you know? And I'm not here for it. I'm not falling for none of it. I'm not falling for none of it, because I know I'm not no clout chaser. I'm already successful. Been successful for a long time by the grace of God. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hating on nobody. What I hate is when any of us, myself included, let darkness prevail and work through us in a way that we're not letting God work through us. When the devil is clearly winning at anything in life, I hate that. So if that makes me a hater, then call me a hater, because I hate that. I genuinely hate that. I still don't hate that person, but I hate the darkness that's working through them at the time. And I hate the darkness. I don't hate myself as a person, but I hate the darkness that works through me whenever I let darkness prevail in my life. You feel me? You feel me? So that's what I want to make sure people know, because at a certain point, the question I'm grappling with in my head is the accountability piece. That is something to where, like, at a certain point, people listen. And as a believer, as a follower of Jesus Christ, people want, as a God-fearing man, people want so quick. Oh, they want so quick to cast you off as being judgmental. Oh, that's that buzzword, boy. You hear me? That's that buzzword that they like to use. Go live with Ace Hood one day. Go live with Ace Hood now. Tell Ace Hood, call in. I'll go live with him. A lot of people, and I'm only saying that because a lot of people been telling me and him need to talk. A lot of people. So with that being said, people will try to say you're being judgmental, right? You're being judgmental. They will try to use that as a buzzword when it's like, no, it's not being judgmental. It's not being judgmental. It is simply having standards. And it's not even personal standards. These are standards that line up with the word of God. You feel me? Some of y'all might have some church hurt. Y'all saying the church is the problem, you know, and all that stuff. That ain't what this is about. So I don't want you to take that energy and project that on me. I don't want y'all to take that energy and project that on me. Like, my heart and the space I'm coming from with all this, I want y'all to know where that stands and where that's at. Go listen to Uno. Go listen to my album Uno. If you got any questions, I think my album I just put out is the perfect business card to show you who I am. Am I collabing with Christian artists on there? Yeah. Am I collabing with mainstream artists on there? Yeah. Am I me the whole time? Yeah. Is there anything on there that's like, hey, this is me just trying to like water down my light just to fit in with certain people or certain circles? No, none of that. So yeah, man. They said, all right, my brother Jermaine said hip-hop culture is worldliness. Worldliness and godliness are two different sides. I tried mixing the two. God made me pick a side. Brother, they don't want to pick a side. That's the problem. When I start talking about that picking a side language, they get scared of that. The executives in the industry definitely don't want to pick a side. So it's like, well, cool. The executives don't want to pick a side. So guess what? What up, Eileen? Proverbs 31:9. Open your mouth, judge righteously. Defend the rights of the poor and needy. And that's all I'm saying is let's not take advantage of the poor and needy by saying, hey, we giving out gifts and food on holidays to you, but the rest of the year we just pumping poison at a rapid pace towards you. You know what I mean? Glenn, you know, brother. What up, D? Glenn, you know I've been the same since day one, bro. You know, since back when I was living in BR, you heard me on Sharp. You know that, bro. Come on, man. Some of these people, they don't know. And they don't want to do just a little bit of research. But godliness and worldliness, it's not the same. And people are afraid to have that line drawn. They feel like, you know what it is, Jermaine? They feel like the music industry and the entertainment industry, but we just gonna talk about music industry right now, because that's what I'm on. They feel like the music industry and the entertainment industry is a place where they can run and hide behind, this is entertainment. So ain't no godliness needed here. This is artistic expression. You hear me? Ain't no godliness needed here. Yeah. Look, this brother said, smoke and stay lit. D1, my brother, you making me want to try my hand in this Christian hip hop. I have a story to tell and a lot of trauma that I'm still dealing with daily. The current state of hip hop is demonic. Amen to you, my brother. Amen. Amen. It is demonic. But the worst part about anything demonic is when the demonic forces are utilizing people to do the work and the people are in denial. And that could be the artists and the fans. Ooh, they don't want to hear that. Dang, they don't like hearing that. Dang. It's just like, when you hit them with them truth bombs, they do not like hearing that. They don't like hearing that, yo. But that's the reality. That's the reality. So I'm not here to do anything other than make God proud. If me making God proud makes people call me this or call me that, because I know my delivery style and I know that people have discerning spirits. So guess what? Guess what? The real, they're going to be able to feel my spirit and be like, this brother really not hating on nobody. This brother really ain't, this ain't even no clout chase. I could do 15 years worth of research until my computer starts smoking and go up in flames because of me doing all this Googling and typing. And it's just deep in on this. Like this would deep in on. You feel me? No, don't tell me I'm God. I'm not God. Don't tell me that. Well, you can tell me that, but I actually have a song on my album Uno. It's the second verse on Searching for the Sauce. Soon as I come through, these people jumping, yeah, I'm glad they know my name. Somebody say they worship me. I say compared to God, I'm lame. I'm significant. That's way more important than the fame. Let homie ask me what I feel. It ain't no man, it ain't no thing. I rock with God because on his name, it ain't no blemish, ain't no stain. These rappers stuck in traffic jams, but I stand out, I know my lane. Been growing these locks for buku years, no curfew, I just let them hang. You got talent, but no discipline, so you stuck in the same. BOAT. I passed up the club to work on my craft. People call me crazy, but I cannot be lazy. That's all in the scriptures. If your calling ain't producing fruit, your calling suspicious. 8 + 8, these 16s made me wealthy. 8 - 8, none of y'all was trying to help me. 8 × 8, we bouncing like a 6-4. 8 divided by 8, I'm the one. Call me, oh no! Searching for the sauce. They be searching for the sauce. Searching for the sauce. They be searching for the sauce. Searching for the sauce. They be searching for the sauce. I never had to search because I'm working for the boss. I'm working for the boss. I'm out, y'all. I got some students that's about to come in my office right quick and chop it up with me. You hear me? I'm not your ordinary college professor. I'm also not your ordinary rapper. But y'all be cool, be real, be righteous, be relevant. Keep it.